What up, team? So, I've come across this article here which kind of made me laugh. Kubrat Pulev has petitioned the IBF to order his mandatory shot against Andy Ruiz. I'll leave the article in the description box. You read it, come to your own conclusions. But why it made me laugh is Kubrat Pulev had been IBF mandatory prior to Anthony Joshua fighting Carlos Takam. Carlos Takam was a replacement mandatory due to Kubrat Pulev allegedly picking up a pectoral tear and was unable to compete against Joshua in his mandatory shot. But he had been mandatory for the IBF for quite some time, had been offered the fight against Joshua prior to that shot, and he turned it down. He said he needed 5 months to prepare for a fight like that, and he was offered it on 3 months notice. But he'd been very cagey about fighting Anthony Joshua. Now he's come out of the woodwork since Anthony Joshua was lost, and he thinks he can beat Andy Ruiz, so he's trying to petition the IBF to force the mandatory shot. Funny shit, man. Funny because the IBF have already stated, they made an official statement saying the WBO mandatory is next in the mandatory schedule, so they're not going to force it. They've also come out since Joshua lost to Ruiz and said that no, they won't stand in the way of a rematch. But Pulev and his team can't get it through their thick heads that what the IBF say, they stick to, just like they stick to their rules. Now in the article they've quoted the situation about Tyson Fury getting stripped of the IBF title after he lost to Vladimir Klitschko. The IBF mandatory was due at that stage, but Tyson Fury was the WBO mandatory and he was first in the mandatory schedule. And once Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko, he didn't apply for an exemption to have a rematch. That is why he got stripped. So Pulev coming out with all this shit, thinking he's got an easier fight if he fights Andy Ruiz, is a fucking joke. What a dickhead. Get in line, in your place, stay in your place. You get a shot if you continue winning at the IBF champion once the rematch is done and once the WBO mandatory is done. But there could be a unification bout that supersedes the WBO mandatory yet, so you could be waiting up to 1.5 years, Kubrat Pulev. So get busy fighting somebody instead of bums like Bogdan Dinu. So yeah, just getting that news out there. Have a good read through that article, have a laugh at it like I did, and let us know what you think. Does Kubrat Pulev have a leg to stand on in trying to get the IBF to force the mandatory prior to the rematch, or even after the rematch before the WBO? As far as I can tell, he doesn't have a leg to stand on, and he's wasted his time paying lawyers to do this petition to the IBF. So looking forward to your comments. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up if you have. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Big Boys Boxing, we out. See you.